and welcome to Kakafina channel. My name is Lome and today I made my own green tier list. Out of all of the greens I've ever used, which ones are my favorite and which one belongs in the house with chihuahuas? So let's start with My Bugs by Mooncat. Here in a fresh green base, I'm holding this polish right now. Here in a Here in a fresh green base, we have shimmer that shifts from green to yellow to blue and even to purple at extreme angles. This polish also glows in the dark, which makes it extra special to me. I of course regret I threw the box away because I didn't watch Nightmare Before the Christmas until after I got this polish. And I have to say I'm a huge fan, so my bugs goes to Sent from the Gods themselves to remove the green famine right at the top of the list because she is gorgeous, we love her, fully opaque, only in 2 coats, and glows in the dark. Yes, that's all we want in a nail polish, honestly, and I highly recommend getting that in someone's declutter if you're able, because it's one of my favorite shades to wear in spring and summer. And yeah, my bugs is Sent from the Gods. Next up we have Velociraptor. Where will I put it? We don't know yet. Velociraptor from Mooncat is also a gorgeous green nail polish, though it looks better in a bottle than it is on the nails, because I have no idea why actually, but it is what it is. It looks more beautiful in the bottle and I really love it in the bottle. I just can't stop staring at this bottle. It's magical, honestly. It's magical potion in a bottle. We have teal green jelly base filled with flakies that shift from orange to gold to pink to purple even at extreme angles, and it also has a matching reflective glitter. I don't know if you guys can see, if you guys can see the reflectiveness of it. I think you can see that little bit of a sparkle, and this is honestly gorgeous. I love the shade, but I do not wear this as often, or I do not like this as much as my bugs, so naturally it will be lower. I would put this on, I wear this all the time anyways, except I don't. I like her, but I don't wear this polish often. I am glad to have it in my collection, but it's not of my most worn shades, so therefore it goes to I like her. I don't know why I missed Access Denied, but Access Denied is truly Sent from Gods. So here in a black jelly base, we have this amazing multi-dimensional green shimmer, and Access Denied is one of my favorite greens to wear of all time. And I'm very surprised that none of the other YouTubers talk about this shade because it is truly amazing and I cannot recommend it enough. So therefore it goes to Sent from the Gods themselves to remove the green famine. We also have Plankton. Well, it's not as high up as My Bugs and Access Denied, but Plankton is a very nice shade. And I have to put this to, I wear this all the time anyways. Ooh, I put the Velociraptor in the wrong spot. There, I like her. But Plankton is such a gorgeous, almost metallic green shade with scattered holographic glitter. It is the brightest green I own in a metallic family. It is fully opaque in 2 to 3 coats depending on how long you have it, and I personally don't mind if the polish applies in 3 coats, but now it applies for me personally in 2 because I have it for a long time, maybe a year or so. This is just a gorgeous nail polish, one of my must-haves, even though it's not world-changing like those 2 above. It's still very nice to have and I love to wear it, and it actually was my favorite green nail polish from last year. Even though it's not Sent from the Gods, I still love it dearly and I highly recommend it. We also have the stranger. Now it's a simple creme. What can be that interesting about this creme? It actually is so good that it made me buy from the Mooncat for the first time. It's fully opaque in 1 to 2 coats and it's so majestical. It's so muddy yet so bright at the same time. I rarely find this muddy of a polish that looks so good. So props to Mooncat for this one, and it's definitely a scent from the gods themselves to remove the green famine. We also have, I don't remember the name, but I will check, sagebrush. Now sagebrush is honestly a beautiful shade and it's thermal. In its cold state it's a little bit darker and in a warm state it's a little bit lighter, but it is in both stages sage green. Many people like this shade. I honestly was not so impressed by it, but I kind of like it, so I will put her in I like her category, even though I wasn't as impressed as other people by it, but it is a beautiful polish to wear and it's thermal and I love thermals, so at the end of the day I like her. We also have Devil's Ivy. Now, this little nail polish is a magnetic, and I especially love wearing this in summer. When the sun is the brightest, then I think this polish just blooms. I like it both magnetized and unmagnetized, but when magnetized I like it mostly in a stripe effect. And this beautiful sage green nail polish is in fact blue in my eyes, but they say it's green, so I'm adding this to my greens list, and I honestly like her. It's not, I don't use it that often, but I kind of dig her. So she's a nice polish to wear, but not a must-have in my opinion. I like that silver glitter a lot in a stripe effect, and I like that glowiness when it's sunny. But other than that, I forget I have it and I forget to wear it, so I think that might be an indicator that it's not the best green nail polish that I have. So that's about it. We also have Poison Ivy. Now this is your typical creme, fully opaque in 1 to 2 coats depending on how long you have it, and it's a teal one at that. I don't know where to put her. I feel like I need a tear between I like her and meh. Nah, I like her. She's a good nail polish. I like her. I like that she is fully opaque in 1 to 2 coats only, and you don't need any more coats. It's very comfortable to use. You just swipe it on and go through the doors, and it's a little bit more interesting than, let's say, 1 coat black. And it's also like a little bit gothic, a little bit, a spicier shade in that sense. So I like her. We also have Prickly Pear, one of my favorite greens to wear of all time, of course, but I don't think it's sent from the gods themselves. I think it's a nice shade of green, if not that flakies, and it would be like a green jelly on its own. I think I would put her in sent from the gods themselves category, but for now it's just not as good as those 3 that are sent from gods, even though it is still gorgeous and I keep wearing this all the time and I love it. And I do reach for it, and it's very unique in my collection. Gorgeous shade to wear. I don't know what else to say, so I will leave it at that. We also have Garden of Evil. Well, I was struggling as to where put this nail polish because I do really love it, but do I love it as if it was sent from the gods? Here in a green, muddy green base, we have shimmer that shifts from predominantly purple to red to orange and to yellow at extreme angles. So it is a gorgeous shade. And honestly, I should put this on scent from the gods themselves because it is that gorgeous. And I think all of these polishes would look good in a Skittle, but this is just such a favorite of mine right now. When I first got my tattoo, like a hand tattoo, this was the first polish I wanted to take pictures in, and I do really love it, you guys, and I highly recommend it, honestly. We also have Beowulf. I think it's from the same set as The Stranger, but in my opinion, it's not as good, even though I like her. I kind of like her. I don't wear this all the time. Beowulf is mostly worn by me on summers and sometimes in spring as well when it's really sunny, because that green fully blooms only under the sun, in my opinion. On darker, gloomier days it's not as good in my opinion, but I still am glad that I have this in my collection and I still keep reaching for it and I still wear it. We also have Highway Glow from Mooncat. Now, Highway Glow is almost neon, and therefore it's almost sent from the gods themselves. But honestly, I wear this polish all the time because it is that bright, and I like her a lot. She is fully opaque in 2 coats. She's self-leveling, she is good, I like her. I wear this on the days when I need something a little bit more brighter, a little bit more, elevated. So this polish has my heart, and do I think it's a must-have? Probably not, because the ILNP one is a little bit brighter and I like that even more, but let's talk about that later. Highway Glow is still a good option and I like it in a Skittle as well as alone. I do keep reaching for this. We also have Fields of Elysium, also by Mooncat. She is a good sister of Garden of Evil, but not the same. She is a little bit more gray, even though it has the same shimmer and the same scattered holographic glitter. It's not the same. I do not like her the same. I think that I like her, but she's definitely not one of my most worn shades. I forget I have her because it is maybe a little bit too similar to Garden of Evil now that I have it for a longer period of time, because when I first got them both I thought, well, they're definitely so different to have them both, but now I'm like, is it though? Are they though? And Garden of Evil is a little bit brighter, and that's why I like Garden of Evil a little bit more. And even though I like Fields of Elysium, I do not wear her as often, so I like her. We are going to the worst bits. Sour Note by Holo Taco. When I got it, I have to tell you, it just looks like a pile of... It doesn't look good in my opinion. I don't like her, but I do not like her enough to declutter, so maybe I like her a little bit. So therefore I will put it in a meh tier. I cannot declutter it because I still see the potential in this polish. However, that crushed holographic glitter just looks like a little bit too much for this polish, and it doesn't do it justice in my opinion. I like the color itself, the green color, but not the flakies that are in this polish. I think if we would only leave that shimmer and make it a little bit brighter, it would be a great nail polish, but as of now I think it has too much of everything in it and I don't really like it. It's a meh for me. Fully opaque in 2 coats. We also have Menchie Cat Eye. Now this is another magnetic from the collection, and it's yellow leaning green, looks very metallic. It has some scattered holographic glitter in it, and when you magnetize it actually looks like real cat eye, and I do love that. It's not, I don't think it's sent from the gods, but I like her and I wear her all the time, so I will put this in a second list. Also, did you notice how I made this list a little bit nicer, because the green is actually the best greens and the red is the worst greens? Wicked Potion. This is one of the first Holo Taco magnetics. I like her because she is super shifty. We have a shift from green to blue to purple at extreme angles. We also have scattered holographic glitter in it. I honestly like her, though I do not wear her as often. Wicked Potion used to be one of my favorites, and now it goes to I like her tier. I don't know if it's still available on Holo Taco's site, but it's not a must-have in my opinion anyways. It's a nice to have. So, I like her. Now, if you call this polish yellow, you're wrong. And as a world's first green color expert, I should know that this is actually green. So ILNP's playlist is honestly sent from the gods themselves. It's a neon, it's a very nice neon, fully opaque in 2 coats only, and it is very, very neon, shows up so nicely under UV light, glows like no other polish. In general, I just really love neons, so maybe if it was another neon from another brand, I would love it as much, but I do really like the tone of it because, you know, sometimes yellow to green ratio is very hard to get and it looks a little bit too green or too yellow. Now this is a perfect in-between shade between yellow and green, and I love that, and it's so neon on the nails, and I don't know, I just love to wear her all the time. And it also, I feel like it was sent from the gods themselves, and I love her. I love her so much, and I think it's a must-have, and I highly recommend it. My wedding shade is Oh So Shifty by Morgan Taylor. Back in the day, on my wedding, I didn't have any Indian nail polishes, so this was the only green I had, and it's a metallic green that shifts from green to blue to purple at extreme angles. It is a beautiful green, but it doesn't dry on me at all, as honestly all mainstreams don't. I don't know why, maybe it's the climate, because it's not as humid, but maybe the coolness of it makes the polishes not dry as fast. So I don't know, it just doesn't dry on me. And I also tried Morgan Taylor nail polishes on my husband's mom, on my husband's mom's sister, and it didn't dry fast as well. So I'm not a fan of formula, but the shade itself is nice. Normally I would put it in a meh category, but since it is my wedding shade, I will put her in a I like her category. So I don't wear her often. I don't wear her at all, honestly, because I do not have the time to wait for it to dry. But it is such a nice memory from my wedding, and I will keep this polish until the day that I die, and please bury me with it, because it reminds me of a very nice day that I had with my husband. I ate a lot of food. A lot of delicious food at that. What is this shade? Taffy green? Taffy green, I believe, from Holo Taco. It was a MAC shade for me. I decluttered it and I do not have it with me anymore. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. It was a little bit thicker, on a thicker side, and it is from Holo Taco's Rainbow collection. It's a linear holographic, but it's not as linear as Mooncat's, for example, so I put this in the MAC tier, and I will just leave it at that because it's decluttered. I didn't really like it, and it was time to go. It was time to go for her. She didn't have the place in my collection, and that's just the reality. And also she stained a lot. I remember she stained a lot, so there's that as well. Tyrannosaurus Hex, sent from Gods and cancelled by Michelle. I don't know what I will do when this polish ends. I think by then I will have to have my own brand and make the shade exactly the same and re-release it with Tyrannosaurus text or something and call it a day, because I cannot live without this nail polish. I love it. It's gorgeous. The flakies, they shift from green to blue to purple at extreme angles, and we also have matching reflective glitter. It's in a green jelly polish. It has everything in it, but also it's not overpowering and doesn't look like trash, and I like that. It's gorgeous. It's sent from the gods. Even the camera of my computer can catch its gorgeousness. One of the last shades I have here with me is Emerald City. I do not have this shade for long, so I wear this all the time anyways. It's not suitable for her. Here in this polish we have... oh, but it's so shifty. It's so glowy. I like her, but is she sent from the gods? Honestly, it's too short of a time for me to figure out on which chair it should go, but I still decided to put in anyways because it's a green and I love greens. the flakiest shift from green to blue to purple at extreme angles, and they are so shiny, so metallic, and so shifty. I think we have a shimmer in here as well that I do not know. It's gorgeous, you guys. It's gorgeous. But for the sake of this video, I think I will put her as of yet as in I like her category. But no, she's better than all of these. Okay, I will put this in I wear this all the time anyways category, even though it's not true, but it's definitely higher than I like her. So here we found a flaw of my tier list, but let's not be disappointed in that, because that just means I have more amazing greens to wear, and that makes me very happy. I do not have this polish with me right now, but it's the apple of my eye by Mooncat, and she belongs in hell with chihuahuas, or as my husband says, chihuahuas. She belongs in the hells because the formula was unworkable. The pictures were absolutely wrong on the side. They look nothing like the pictures in real life. I hated this polish with passion because I thought to myself this was to be the best polish that I ever bought because it is so beautiful. But it wasn't, formula wise and color wise. Color payoff, nothing, zero. Also, the shimmer in it was nothing as it was in the pictures on the Michelle. Nothing like that, not even close. It belongs in the hell. Honestly. And this is it, you guys. These are all of my green nail polishes that I have ever owned in a tier list. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my picks and choices, or would you put them differently? And let me know how differently you would put them in. And thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one. Bye!